Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Big John, Big John's Bully House. I want to give a huge shout out, man, to everybody that's reached out to me from Victory Bless Kennels, man. Got tongue tied real quick. Victory Bless Kennels. He let me know somebody bought the little female off of one of the litters, the white female. So huge shout out to that customer. They ended up picking up that pup. You know, me and V talk. We talk quite a bit. We talk about everything. We talk about family. We talk about kids. We talk about dogs. We talk about life. You know, like I told V last time we discussed, man, is what we do in our prices. As much as we want to make them affordable for everyone, sometimes, man, it just comes to that not everybody can buy a puppy, man. You know, and it may not be their fault, and it's not our fault. It's just things that happen in life. You know, and life happens a lot, man. Things come up, things happen. It is what it is. But like I told V, for the price that you're asking for your puppies, $2,500. That includes shipping. Update on all shots, dewormings, paperwork in hand. I mean, you can't beat that. And if somebody doesn't want a pup, you know, like I try to tell everybody has their own taste and their own style, their own looks, their own wants, their own vision. That's what makes a human so unique, is everybody has a different vision and a different want. With that being said, if somebody feels like that $5,000 puppy over somewhere else best suits them, then okay, man. You know, that's your choice. If somebody feels like that $10,000 puppy would be better fit for them, again, that is your choice. You know, me personally, $2,500, man, is affordable for anybody in the market for a puppy. And that's me personally. When it comes to breeding dogs, there's a lot that come with breeding dogs. Obviously, the price of the stud fees if you don't have your own studs, or if you go outside your yard for an outcross. The stud fees, the C-section, man, depending on where you're at and the vet you use, and the price in your state or your city will depend and dictate on that. And God forbid you don't have to have an emergency, because emergency is double, if not triple, the price of a regular C-section. A lot of times with these dogs, the American bullies, the female can't have a natural litter, which, just like a lot of breeds with big heads, broad shoulders, I learned a long time ago, I don't even take that risk anymore. Would I love for all my females to have natural litters? Absolutely. I mean, and I'm speaking in past tense, not obviously now. You know, I got one female, Blanca. She's retired. But would I like for my females to have natural litters? Absolutely. Across the board, that would be so much better than going in and, you know, doing the C-sections and the anesthesia, and then all the things that come with that after the mother wakes up. That is a process in itself half the time. But by the time you get done, between your stud fees, your C-sections, the care for the mother, the care of the pups, the bill adds up, man, and it does. It's like anything else you do in life. The bills and the amount just keeps adding more and more. You know, so trying to give a quick rundown of, you know, kind of why people charge what they charge, man. And it's no different than a laborer going out here installing carpet, installing walls, installing floors, installing bathrooms, whatever the case may be. Concrete slabs, man. I mean, the price goes and varies from each person that you do, but also at the same time, the quality of the dog falls into that bracket, just like the quality of that work falls into a bracket. When you go to a car lot, you want something that's reliable, dependable. It's going to get you from point A to point B. If you have children, you want something that's going to be reliable for your children to ride in. You want to be able to go to and from school, daycare, work, so on and so forth. Family vacations, for instance. You want something that you know is going to be reliable and dependable. Now, going back to the puppies and the prices. Now, we all know how things work in the world, and not everything does work out how we expect it to or want it to at that time. Just because you go over here and you spend the money that you spend, whether it's double, triple, quadruple the price that somebody else is asking for their pups, doesn't mean it's a better quality of dog all the time. And this is not me knocking, this is just from my experience and what I've seen over years and years and years of doing this. A lot of people think because the price is a little lower than somebody else's that's not a good quality of dog. And people also think because the price is quadruple the amount of what said person is asking, that dog is 10 times better than that. And again, that's not always the case, man. I've watched dogs sell for $10,000, and I'm like, man, I would have never in my life done nothing like that. And a lot of times too is people like, man, I did it because, the person they bred to is known. Again, comes back to that person may be known, and that person that bred to so-and-so's dog or they paid that huge stud fee for is not you. You're not going to get the same clientele, the same customer base, the same prices, the same amount of money for your pups because so-and-so gets that type of money and that type of following or interaction or whatever the case may be. Excuse me. So, like I tell a lot of people, set your prices and step back and look and ask yourself, would you pay that price that you're asking for your pups? Step back and ask yourself, man, would I buy this pup? Put your prices at what you would be comfortable buying that said puppy at. Now, if your prices are whatever they are, for instance, and I'll use myself as an example, my pups can start anywhere from 35 and up because that's with over the time of doing this and how I compare my dogs and how I match my dogs and how I breed my dogs. And I watch every dog and every puppy that's born from the time it's born to the time it leaves. If I feel like a puppy at that time isn't reasonably priced, then when somebody calls, I'll tell them, hey, you know what, man, I'll do this for you. And it doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does happen that way. Like, okay, watching this pup, male, female, whatever the case may be. And then I price my dogs accordingly. What I would feel comfortable paying for a puppy or whatever the case may be. I put my studs at a certain price. I watch what my dogs produce. I watch what they do. For me, as far as breeding wise, males and females. If I have a female that on her first litter, great example again, Blanca. First litter, back to the anesthesia, man. She wasn't fully out of the anesthesia when her first litter happened. And this was my fault. I can't blame my dog. My dog is an animal at the end of the day. It is what it is. This was my fault that this happened. I didn't realize she wasn't completely out of the anesthesia at this time. I was at my parents' house after my parents passed. I was there with my dogs. I dozed off. In the time of dozing off, it was probably 20-30 minutes. Heard pups screaming, whatever the case was at that time, and woke up to a very, very unfortunate event taking place at that time. I lost a total of 5 puppies due to that. And it was a situation that I could have prevented. I lost 2 pups that day. Lost 2 more pups because she went to go pick them up and she wasn't realizing how hard she was biting. Obviously, first time mother. She was trying to pick him up and move him. Lost another pup in that same litter to her sitting on it. These are all my fault. It happens, man. And it is what, now it is what it is. Everything's learning experience from here, from the time you start to the time you finish, man. You'll never see it all. You'll never go through it all. Hopefully, you don't go through it all. I've been through a lot, and it feels like I've been through everything, but I haven't. I know I haven't. Again, if you're starting out, I've said this time and time again, what you have in your yard and what you show in your yard is your billboard for your yard. Whether you're starting, whether you've been in it for a while, whether you're cruising on through years and years and years of doing this. Every time your dogs are retired or you lose a male or female stud, whatever the case may be, and you move further and further down with what you're doing, everything you post and everything you have is your billboard for your kennel and your progress. If you post up dogs that were great in the beginning and not so great now, then that's showing your progress of going backwards. Now, if you post dogs of where you first started and to how it's going and it's getting better and better and better, that is also your billboard showing your progress of moving forward and you're moving in the right way. And the American Bully is continuously changing, man. Not to be mistaken with these other dogs, man, out here. But the American Bully itself, the American Bully, not these other dogs that they throw bully in the fucking name. And V, for instance, this is not me saying because V is my friend. Me and V are on a very forward basis, very blunt. We talk openly. V, starting out, he bought Vamp from me, Guardian Capone's littermate brother. I knew Vamp was going to be a great stud. I seen his littermate brothers. I owned them. I did the breeding myself. I knew little Mrs. Bossy, the little blue and white female I had at the time. I knew Nasty Boy, 5 times that stud. I seen what he was doing, so I matched them too. With matching those two, that entire litter was crazy. Bully Pack Robertson, man, shout out to my brother out there in California. He owns Vamp Guardian Capone's littermate sister out there in California. That female was actually my pick at the time, but I ended up keeping Gotti and Capone. I sold, Cola is her name. I sold Cola to Bully Pack Robertson out in California. That bitch has went above and beyond in expectations of breeding, mother, overall dog, overall temperament, and her productions that he's done with her, phenomenal, crazy, insane. Same again with V. V has progressed forward, and with doing so, I mean, the white female, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you look at the white female, the mother of the litter that she had 4 pups, if I'm not mistaken, V, if I am wrong, then correct me in the video. If you look at that white female, go back and look at Gotti, you'll see a huge resemblance, and there's a reason. They're related. So the consistency is still there. Even though there's an outcross in there, you can still see the consistency. If you look at Vamp, you can see the consistency with Capone, and the similarities. If you look at the puppies, you will see similarities in his litters that I have in my same litters when I have pups. So, again, if you guys are interested in a puppy line, reasonably priced, and it's not because they're low quality, it's because V is a very stand-up guy. I mean, this man has been doing puppy giveaways since he started. Me, myself, I haven't even done a puppy giveaway. It's crazy, right? Makes me sound like a fucking asshole. But V is a very, very stand-up guy. And he does puppy giveaways. And he's stands on it, man. And if I'm not mistaken, Reese, that is a continuous customer between myself and V, just won a puppy off of V's first puppy giveaway. So shout out to Reese as well, man. He still rocks with us. Yeah, man. It's awesome to see what V does. I love watching people when they purchase a pup from us, whether it's updates on pictures, whether it's updates on videos, whether they're starting out. I love to watch the progress, and I love to watch how they move forward, man. And you know, everybody always knows I'm here for any type of phone calls, conversations, any advice, any help. If anybody that buys pups from me, or in this case, try to help them sell their litters. Now, with that being said, again, if you guys are interested in the pups, look up Victory Blessed Kennels. If you're watching this video and you watch it to the end, and I'll know if you guys watch it all the way to the end, go ahead in there and throw in Big John's Bully House, man, in the comments. If you watch it all the way to the end, Big John's Bully House in the comments, so that way I know who watches all the way through. But again, if you guys are interested in a pup from V, Victory Blessed Kennels, get a hold of me, man. I promise you, you're not going to be upset. You're going to get taken care of, man. Pups are $2,500. Again, update on shots, dewormings, ABKC paperwork in hand, and the pup gets brought straight to your doorstep. You couldn't ask for better service. But we'll go ahead and wrap this up, man. It's already over 16 minutes long. I want to give a huge shout out to all the subscribers and all like, shares, comments, followers, all love that we get and continue to get. As always, take care. God bless. Stay safe. We love you all, man. Keep rocking with us.